Okay, back to the bent 69. I don't know how well that shows up, but that button is gone, and look at all the tracking. That's what it's supposed to look like, that nice big shiny graphite button right there. And this rotor's no good. So when it's trying to idle, it's jumping all over and missing. So that's just one more thing we got to take care of. Luckily, that cap showed up today. Okay, with our simple little tune-up, I bet you can hear the fan, so we're warm now. It cold started, but it idled a little high, but it didn't matter. The car had 10 degrees of timing initial, so we bumped that up to 16. We're hitting right around 36 at 3,000 RPM. I have it idling pretty decent. You know, we're down in that 550, 600 range, which is what he wants. It's a stick, so it doesn't really matter. You can put it wherever you want. We're back down, you know, that 5, 6. That's all we're gonna get for vacuum, you know, with the low idle that he wants. As soon as we transition off, let me change hands. You can see, as soon as you transition off, we've got vacuum. So we've taken care of all our vacuum leaks, I think, at this point. Timing is starting to look good. Yeah, that was just bad. So between the wrong plugs and a completely worn cap and rotor, so you can look now that it's out. So not only was it worn, but just corroded. They didn't put dielectric grease in it. Always use this. It costs nothing. You can see the wear here, but the biggie is the button is gone. And then look at all that carbon tracking. So not only was the timing bad, but the ignition system was bad. Yeah, at this point, it's really starting to run pretty decent. So, haven't done the e-brake stuff. That only just showed up. I'll try to get it this weekend if I can. But at this point, I think we've got a car that likes to run. You know, okay, I've got wheel chocks on. So you can see right there. So I just want to make sure that we can load the motor. So I'm going to go to first gear. Now with my foot on the brake, I should be able to lug the motor down, and I can with the clutch. Okay, back to neutral. Notice I didn't touch gas. Okay, let's go to reverse. Okay, and I should be able to lug her down by letting the clutch up. Yep, so the clutch is engaging. So, okay, and for those who don't know on these cars, so to get to reverse, you just slide it all the way over and up, or just 1, 2, 3, and 4. I mean, we're not talking rocket surgery here. It's just a 4-speed. So we're getting there. Not worried about any of these gauges being accurate or not. They're getting replaced next winter. Bartley's definitely talked about doing a rewire of the car and changing to the same gauge setup we did in Sweet Pea, because boy, those sure look nice. So let's check for dieseling now that she's good and hot. You know, 180, which is his turn on temp. Okay, and then I haven't tried a hot start with our current setup, so I should be able. One pump. Close. Okay, so still got to work on that a little bit too. So that's kind of where we're at right now. Okay, just shut her down. I'm gonna go no pump on it for hot start and see what we get. So clutch all the way in, which is hard on this car. Yeah, that was my foot slid down on the clutch and my stupid slippers. But I think that's the secret, is I don't think you even need a pump shot when she's hot. Yeah, no, she's starting right up, no pump shot. So now we don't know that any of the any of the setup in the carb is correct or anything. This is all initial guesses on the jetting, initial guessing on the accelerator pump. You know, remember, this carburetor was just a bunch of parts out of one of those boxes over there that we threw together because the old carburetor was absolutely no good. So I grabbed a couple bodies out of there and we put something together real nice. And so it's got a 3310 750 with a vacuum secondary. The vacuum secondary has a light spring on it, which is what you want with a stick car. He's now got electric choke, which I'm going to move to something else. Right now it's on a switch in the cab, but I'll move that. And I just think this is going to run so much better. Everything isn't going to just be black with soot. I mean, look at this. It's nice and hot. It's running good. You know? So, yeah, I'm pretty happy.